Download the new ABC 36 weather app. Trust Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck weeknights on ABC 36 News Now. Time for Good Day Kentucky on ABC 36 News Now.
Welcome into Good Day Kentucky. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We have a lot coming up on GDK today.
Let's get a check of your forecast first, though.
All right.
Meteorologist Ashley Cave standing by. And Ashley, some folks call this false fall. I prefer fall preview.
Me
because
too.
We know you're our friend in fall.
Absolutely.
You've been looking forward to this. I have to. It feels wonderful out there.
It really does.
Yeah, no, it's so beautiful outside. Like you said, I've been manifesting this, really calling for it, and I just think it's feeling wonderful out there. But for those who are really not wanting to let go of summer yet, we still have some of it in the forecast, but right now we'll talk about the temperatures that we're seeing still looking pretty chilly. We haven't even left the 50s yet in Lexington, still in those upper 50s, and we're seeing humidity and dew points staying pretty low for us. Winds calm right now. They'll pick up into the afternoon. So will temperatures eventually, although it might take us a while. Here's the thing to celebrate for today, National Dog Day. That's a good one to celebrate. I just love dogs. If you're looking to get out there, take your dog for a walk. Looking like it's going to be really a beautiful day to do so. We'll get in those 60s here soon. Looking like around lunchtime when we'll start to get into the 70s. We'll have a few clouds building in the afternoon, but we'll still have lots of sunshine. It's that fall preview, just like you said, Doug, and we're still going to be feeling mild. Really beautiful day for us ahead. And we're going to continue to see those fall-like temperatures for at least the next couple of days. So if you're like me and you're really loving the fall, we don't have to get rid of it just yet. We will see the potential to maybe break some record lows tomorrow morning as temperatures dip, and we'll see a very slow rise in temperatures over the next couple of days, looking like we're back into the 80s for this weekend. I'll have more on those overnight lows, how cold we're expected to get in all across the bluegrass, as well as what our Labor Day weekend forecast is going to look like just ahead.
All right, Ashley, we'll talk with you soon. State police have issued an alert in the search for 2 escaped inmates from a minimum security facility in southeastern Kentucky.
According to KSP, 32-year-old Billy Potter and 22-year-old Stephen Spencer escaped from the Bell County Forestry Camp in Pineville just before 9 last night. Now, officials say if you see the 2, do not go near them. Instead, you are asked to call 911 or state police. In Powell County, a man has been arrested after a deadly ATV crash. According to state police, 32-year-old Sean Cornett is charged with reckless homicide, all-terrain vehicle violations, and operating without a license. State police say Cornett was behind the wheel of an ATV when he lost control and it overturned. Investigators say his passenger, 29-year-old Ashley Plowman, was killed in the crash. State police say Cornett was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
To Laurel County, lanes have reopened after a deadly crash shut down parts of a busy road. The sheriff's office says the collision happened around 9:10 last night on US 25, about 6.5 miles south of London, near Lilly. Now, according to deputies, that part of the road was shut down for hours while crews investigated the crash. The sheriff's office says US 25 reopened to traffic around midnight.
In Pell County, a case against a man suspected in the deaths of several women is moving forward. According to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, a Pell County grand jury indicted 44-year-old Brian Epperson yesterday for murder, possession of meth, and tampering with physical evidence in connection to the death of 32-year-old Kristen Morris. Morris was found dead in May from an apparent drug overdose inside an Airbnb in Stanton. State police had previously charged Epperson with murder after his arrest on June 27th. Meanwhile, investigators say Epperson is also a suspect in the death of Rochelle Dawson, who was found dead in a Red Roof Inn hotel room in Winchester. Investigators say Epperson allegedly rented the room. And according to police, officers found Dawson's body on the same day that Epperson was booked into the Clark County Detention Center. State police say they are also investigating the overdose death of a woman in Lexington who was found dead in November. Epperson is scheduled for an arraignment on September 3rd.
The Berea Police Department is asking for your help after a string of vehicle break-ins. Investigators say it happened early Saturday morning between midnight and 6 a.m. in the Brooklyn Boulevard and Queensboro areas. Police are asking anyone with video footage to contact Madison County Dispatch. That's 859-624-4776. Officers also remind drivers to keep vehicles locked and avoid leaving valuables in plain sight.
In Scott County, Georgetown police are reminding people to lock their cars after a suspect was caught on camera allegedly trying to break into vehicles. According to officers, a suspect was caught on camera early yesterday morning allegedly trying to break into cars on Dunn Circle. Investigators say if you have any information that could help in the suspect's arrest, contact the Georgetown Police Department.
An investigation's ongoing at a Rockcastle County animal shelter. Rockcastle County Judge Executive Howell Holbrook tells us Kentucky State Police are now investigating concerns at the county animal shelter, an investigation that started Monday. Now, we've reached out to KSP for more information but have not heard back yet. Holbrook also says the shelter shut down for a day to install new surveillance cameras, which is why the facility was closed. Meanwhile, nearly 4,500 people have signed a petition calling for major changes at the shelter, including the removal of their director, David Carpenter. Organizers cite neglect, inhumane conditions, and are pushing for new medical protocols and more transparency. Animal advocacy group wrote online to say what is going on at the Rockcastle Animal Shelter is horrific. It's a huge understatement. We've reached out to the animal shelter but have not yet received a response. Well, today, Kentucky leaders joining forces to highlight Hunger Action Month.
Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, alongside Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Schell and other community leaders, will deliver remarks and present a proclamation on behalf of Governor Andy Beshear. The event takes place at 10 this morning at God's Pantry Food Bank in Lexington. Officials say Hunger Action Month is an important reminder of the ongoing fight against food insecurity in the Commonwealth. ABC 36's Sydney St. Clair will be at the event, and we'll have more at noon right here on ABC 36 News Now.
Well, now to Washington, D.C., where President Trump has announced he's removing a Federal Reserve Board governor. As
ABC's Christiane Cordero reports, this is the first time in the agency's 112-year history in which a president has tried to remove someone from that position.
Today, for the first time in the Federal Reserve's 112-year history, a president is trying to remove one of its 7 governors. In a letter posted on social media overnight, President Trump announced he's removing Lisa Cook from her position. Cook is the first black woman in history to serve on the Fed's Board of Governors and has held her position for 3 years. She's pushing back on the president's decision, writing, quote, "President Trump purported to fire me for cause when no cause exists under law, and he has no authority to do so. I will not resign." For over a week, the Trump administration has accused her of mortgage fraud, claiming she made false statements on previous mortgage agreements.
What she did was bad, so I'll fire her if she doesn't resign.
The move comes during Trump's months-long pressure campaign on the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. While appointed by presidents, the Fed's governors are largely seen as independent economists.
This is an attempt to turn these financial watchdogs, who are supposed to be independent, right into obedient lapdogs who will really do as they are told. This could have an impact on how the world perceives the dollar, our ability to borrow, and so much more.
Experts warn that any uncertainty over the independence of the Federal Reserve could lead to less investment in the U.S., which could push up borrowing costs for consumers on mortgages, car loans, and other forms of credit. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's a ranking member of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, is calling on the courts to intervene, blasting Trump's move as illegal and adding it is, quote, "the latest example of a desperate president searching for a scapegoat to cover for his own failure to lower costs for Americans. It's an authoritarian power grab that blatantly violates the Federal Reserve Act." The president's attempt to fire Cook will likely end up at the Supreme Court, which will decide whether she gets to keep her job as the litigation moves forward. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, coming up, Ashley has your full forecast.
And still ahead, Governor Andy Beshear announces $2 million for domestic violence victims. Applications open now. We have more details coming up after the break. Keep it here.
It's time for a special announcement from Four Seasons Sunrooms and Windows. Transform your home and change your life with a Four Seasons sunroom. And watch this announcement until the very end for a special code for exclusive additional savings. And now it's time. Right now, for a limited time, all Four Seasons sunrooms are up to 25% off, with no money down and no interest for 12 full months. Call Four Seasons today. Four Seasons. It's time.
Hey, Abby, what's the new flavor?
You don't know?
No.
If you don't know, I can't tell you. Jeff, that's mine.
Ooh, baby in here. It's Cajun. Hey, Si, I gotta find out this flavor. Bourbon, mild, hot, teriyaki. I'm never gonna find this flavor. Regular. Hey, Si, I think I know the new flavor. Oh, man. It's...
Your Red River Gorge dream starts here with S&S Lumber. We're family-owned local business, proudly serving both Eastern and Central Kentucky for generations. At S&S Lumber, we specialize in high-grade Eastern white pine, including tongue and groove, shiplap, and log siding, perfect for cabins, retreats, and rustic getaways. Whether you're building from the ground up or adding the finishing touches, we've got the materials and skills to bring your vision to life. S&S Lumber, where quality meets tradition.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's a lot of reasons. Did you know there are over 6,000 car crashes every day across the United States? That's staggering. Many will have no idea what to do next. We've recovered over $25 billion for our injured clients. We know exactly what to do. Injured in a car accident, we became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Well, across the bluegrass, we've got lots of blue skies and sunshine, but temperatures are still holding out pretty chilly for a lot of us in those upper 50s, starting to get into the 60s. We're at 60 degrees in Pulaski County, but for the most part, we're still feeling very fall-like for this morning. Temperatures a little bit slow to rise right now. We're feeling so cold and fall-like because of that cold front that moved through this weekend, and then this high pressure over the Midwest that has continued to push towards the east closer to us. We're on the eastern side of that high pressure, continuously just getting that cold and dry air pumped in from the north. That's what's keeping us feeling a lot more mild and a lot more fall-like for our day today. Micro radar showing us very calm across the Commonwealth. Nothing going on. We're looking dry. That's going to be the same for the next couple of days. We're not really looking at any kind of chances for rain or anything. We will start to see some cloud cover building in around lunchtime, maybe a little bit more cloud cover than we'll see yesterday, and that's kind of going to cap temperatures in those mid-70s for a lot of us today. Just a little bit cooler than we were yesterday, feeling all the more fall-like. Those clouds going to clear into the overnight, and a lot of times clouds can act like a blanket, so when we get those clouds that are able to clear, temperatures are going to be able to cool down a lot more. Looking like a few of us this morning saw those 40s, the upper 40s. I think even more of us going to be seeing those upper 40s for tomorrow morning. And in fact, it's possible that we even break a couple of record lows tomorrow morning. This morning, we actually reached 49 in Lexington, the first time we've done so in August since 2006. So there's a fun fact for you. Then heading into Wednesday, we'll have a little bit more cloud cover in the afternoon, much like today. And we're going to see temperatures in those mid to upper 70s. Then again, the same thing. We cool down, although not as much into the morning. Thursday, seeing kind of the upper 70s, starting to get a little bit warmer, could even reach near 80 degrees. We'll slowly start to warm up a little bit each day through this week. We might see winds getting a little gusty this afternoon. Nothing too crazy, nothing really to write home about. We'll be around 15 to 20 miles an hour out of the north. Not going to cause you a whole lot of impacts besides just helping us feel all the more fall-like and a little bit on that chillier side, especially as we head into this evening. If you have any outdoor plans, we will be in those mid-70s, but with the wind, you might just want a light jacket heading out the door. We will see those calming down into the overnight before they start to pick back up yet again in the afternoon. We'll kind of just copy and paste that wind forecast for both Wednesday and Thursday as well. Another thing that we're looking at for today and Wednesday and Thursday is pollen at those high levels. Our top allergen going to be ragweed, very typical for late summer, early fall. Get that ragweed just up in the air and it can cause you sniffles and hay fever. So make sure you're taking the allergy medication as you're heading out the door. We will, like I said, stay in those mid-70s for today. Slowly really seeing temperatures increasing each day through this week. I think our coldest night going to be overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we'll slowly start to see temperatures rise, still in those 50s for overnight lows for most of the forecast period. We do look to return to the 80s just in time for UK football. The potential for a little bit of unsettled weather as we head towards the beginning of next week for Labor Day. However, as of right now, looking like it's going to be a pretty good long weekend forecast.
Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Denham Law Firm, your insurance claim's best friend.
Thank you, Ashley. Well, two separate shootings near Kentucky high school football fields are raising safety concerns.
According to ABC affiliate WCHS News in Pike County, 58-year-old Brian Eric was arrested after police say he fired shots from an apartment near Shelby Valley High School's football field Wednesday evening. Players, coaches, cheerleaders on the field at the time, but quickly evacuated. Eric allegedly admitted knowing practice was underway and claimed he fired toward the grass. He's charged with wanton endangerment and is being held on a $250,000 cash bond.
Meanwhile, in Mayfield, a 14-year-old boy from Fulton was arrested after shots rang out during the fourth quarter of the Battle of the Birds game between Mayfield and Graves County. The gunfire caused panic among players and fans. Police say 18-year-old Jordan Riley was shot in the torso, but is in stable condition after being airlifted to the hospital. The teen suspect is charged with first-degree assault and remains in juvenile detention. Both cases remain under investigation.
Yesterday, Jon Southern appeared in court entering a not guilty plea to an assault charge. A judge also appointed him a public defender. This is according to the Clark County Courthouse. Southern was arrested Sunday night near the Clark County Health Department in Winchester. Police say it followed a stabbing the day before when a man was found with life-threatening injuries near Jackson and Jefferson Streets. That victim was rushed to UK hospital in critical condition. Southern remains in custody as the case moves forward.